There are three important processes that define every business. There are the people process, the strategy process, and the operations process. Of the three of them, the people process is the most important. It has to do with attracting, motivating, and getting the best out of your human resources. On Business Connect today, we are discussing how to get the best out of your human resources. And to help us discuss this is a very special guest, a pastor who manages thousands of people and also the human resource manager in one of the world's foremost oil and gas firms. Pastor Esohe Adetola, you are welcome to Business Connect.
Thank you very much.
All right. So we're going to go on a short break. When we come back, I'll introduce Pastor Esohe a little more, and then we'll go right into it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
There is a life full of unlimited possibilities. There is a solution to every situation you may be going through. Yes, your life can be beautiful. You can experience complete transformation in every area of your life. Love World Plus Response Center is here to show you how. Contact us through our various platforms for prayers, counseling, inquiry, and contributions. Call the numbers now showing on your screen. Send an email to info@loveworldplus.org or chat live with us at real time. Log on to www.loveworldplus.org. God bless you.
Welcome back. Pastor Esohe Adetola is a seasoned and talented human resource professional with about 20 years extensive human resource practice in the banking sector and oil and gas. Her human resource experience cuts across human resource department, startups, talent management, succession planning and policies, as well as procedures, workforce planning, performance management, learning and development, recruitment, selection, and the list actually goes on. Her passion for the profession, coupled with her relationship and influencing skills, has enabled her to deliver value to the organizations she has worked for. You are welcome once again to Business Connect.
Thank you.
Pastor Esohe, why is it that many business owners are always complaining about their staff? They say they can't get anything right. They don't understand instructions. And I'm working for them. You know, CEOs always say, I'm working for these people. Why is there that divide a lot of times?
First, I'd like to say a very big thank you to our man of God, Reverend Dr. Esohe Adetola. I can't thank Pastor enough because I think I'm who I am today because of his investment in me, and the things he has taught over the years have helped me to be an excellent person, even in my chosen career. Interestingly, I trained as an architect.
Wow.
Yes. But then found myself practicing human resources, which I'm also very happy with and grateful to God for. Thank you very much, Pastor, for investing in me. And I also like to thank my zonal director, Pastor Diola Phillips, for just being who she is and ensuring that I work in excellence all the time. Thank you very much, Pastor D.
Okay.
CEOs would complain, but I think that the issue stems from the beginning. I don't have the right staff. My people are not delivering. It's very fundamental when you think about the fact that the human resource person, or rather the personnel you have, the human resource you have, is meant to help you deliver your business goals. Now, there is a problem if that is not happening. And it can be looked at from different angles. And the problem can actually be, you can try to dig into it and understand it. From my experience, most of the time, the issue is from the beginning. So do you even have the right people doing the right type of job? What I have observed happens in some cases is that we are a bit more conservative or not as rigorous in our selection process when we're trying to fill positions and even trying to grow to the next level of leadership, who will they be? You know, most organizations don't put a lot of effort in that to ensure that they get the right person for the right job. If that does not happen, it would always be trial and error because you haven't gotten it right from the beginning. So what I would say to business owners, CEOs, departmental heads is that in selecting for a job, what do you look for? Does that job have a criteria? If it doesn't have, you need to create one. Each job must have a description, both in the technical skills that the job requires and also in the attitude. And then when you're seeking to fill those positions, you're matching the people you're talking to against those set, against those set criteria. If that is gotten right, then you have the first problem solved. I have the right person for the job. Now, when the person then starts, it then takes us to another entire different area where you're looking at performance management, you're looking at rewards, you're looking at motivation, all of those things you would do to a staff or to your personnel or to your human resource that would make that resource deliver value for you. You know, so people want to work. People want to deliver value, but it also depends on how you manage them. So back to your question, if a CEO is complaining, I don't have the right staff, it's back to the basics. When you were to the beginning,
Did you get the right
when you were designing that job, how did you design it? When you were filling that job or that position, did you look for the right person? Did you put rigor into that selection to get the right person?
In your experience of dealing with people and also managing people at different levels, what are some of the things that a CEO can do to keep his or her staff motivated, to keep morale high within
Morale
the system?
high.
Yes.
The word is engagement. So when you talk about engagement, you're looking at those things that keeps a staff motivated. When you say jump, the person says how high. You know, when before you say go, the person has gone and come. The person is happy to come to work. It's a cultural thing, and it must be integrated into the culture of that organization. But there are ways to start, but it's not an easy task. Because at the end of the day, it becomes a part of the organization that cannot be taken away, and it becomes the essence of that organization. So when you talk about engagement, one thing that organizations must know is that engagement is very key. So by engagement, I mean, okay, how happy are people to work for you?
Yes.
How motivated are they to deliver? You know, all of those things are the responsibility of the leader. It is the leader who drives motivation by the different things that he does. And when motivation is there, you know performance will be high. So when you look at the ways you can motivate people, it's a whole broad spectrum. And you can't look at one and then not look at the other. What organizations need to do is how can they build all those things about motivation into the organizational system from day one, such that wherever the staff is, whatever the staff does, whether he's the cleaner or he's the manager or he's the HOD, everyone is happy contributing. The first place to start is in the vision of the organization. Everybody must understand it. Everyone must understand the value they bring. So if I'm the cleaner of a place, and I understand that if I don't clean, there is no tidy office. If there is no tidy office, a staff may trip. If a staff trips, that's man-hour lost. I am told how important I am, and you show me in various ways, I will put my best into it. I'll be happy to work for you. That's on one side. Other things you could do is haven't bought that vision or haven't shared that vision with them.
Yes.
Do you show a duty of care?
A duty of care.
A duty of care. Wow. People spend their waking hours in the office. Most jobs are hectic. You leave home early in the morning before it is daybreak. You get home late at night when the sun has gone down. So when we say we spend our waking hours in the office, really, we do. So for people that spend their waking hours with you, how are you looking after them? And that's why the human resource department is very key to every organization. They are looking at things around motivation. How can you keep the people happy? Are the policies such that it is staff-friendly, or it is policy more to protect the organization? And so that CEO or that leader or that organization must then build everything around those things that will motivate the staff. Not only salary, because salary is the basic thing. I have a job, right?
Yes.
So not only salary, is about the kind of work that I do, the kind of recognition that I get. Do you only talk to me when I do the wrong thing?
Exactly, yeah.
Or you reward me for good work? And reward can be in different ways. It can be monetary, it can be by promotion, it can even be by a tap on the back. Most employees, we've realized these days, just, oh, well done, this is so beautiful, I appreciate what you have done, do it again. You have reinforced in me that ability or that desire to surpass what I had already done. With just a kind smile, and you just giving me feedback that what I did before was good, so I should do it again. So these are different ways that business owners can motivate their staff.
But some of them would tell you, they say, if you're too nice, if you're always smiling, the people will take you for granted, and they may not be so diligent. You know, they have such experience.
Have I said anything now about being nice? I'm just saying be the authentic leader or be the authentic business owner that you're meant to be.
So you're as firm as you should be.
As firm as you should be.
But you still find time to reward what is right within your system.
Yes. And build all of that, as firm as you should be built into your performance management system. So that for the man who does very well, is rewarded. But for the staff who also does not do well, is rewarded. Rewarded by a consequence.
Yeah, he's punished.
Well, you could say that. You understand? So really, that's what it means. And even when you talk about motivation, as little as registering your staff in a health club.
Yes.
Paying for their subscription, professional subscription. Yes. Those things are very important. They may not complain if it is not there. But when it is there, it boosts them up. So you can imagine, by working for your company, I can go and attend conferences, I can meet my peers, I can network. All the value I get from that comes back to your organization.
Yes.
So these are different ways. These are things that a wise business owner can do to improve the morale of his staff.
Okay, which just ties into our very next question. So let us see a situation where someone's watching now. Yeah. He or she didn't know all this before. So right now, he's running a company or she's running a company where morale is very low. People don't feel excited to come to work. People drag their feet when they're told. In fact, they only work when they see the CEO. Once the CEO turns around, they don't work anymore. What can I do as a CEO to turn around that kind of environment, to turn around my workforce?
There is what they call the smell of a place. The smell of a place. If a place smells vibrant, if a place smells happy, if a place smells alive, right? It would produce such results. So first, as the CEO, I would ask that person, what is the smell of your place? What is the air around your place? And it comes from the leader. Now, the leader doesn't only mean the man at the top. Yes, the man at the top has the vision, understands where he's going, but he has people, his leadership team, working with him. They must be able to cascade that smell of the place to the very last, like I said earlier. They must be able to show the people how they want the place to be. A leader leads by example. Yes. So as the CEO, as the leader of the place, don't say one thing and then your people see something different. The message are contradictory. So the wires would cross, and in their head they are wondering, what's going on? There's no clarity. So, which brings me to another thing about clarity.
Okay.
When the people have clarity about their role, about the expectation of the organization of them, about what's next, when that is clear, they will be encouraged and motivated to work. And I would say to most people, just create a happy place. People, by default, people want to work. People want to deliver. Most times, what stops them is the nature of the supervision that they get. I will be motivated if I'm coached. If I know that the person who I'm reporting to or who I'm working with has got my back, is coaching me, is mentoring me.
Yes.
I'll be motivated if I know that my organization has my development interest at heart. Now, by development, I don't mean going for courses, but even in showing me how to learn on the job. I'm going for a business meeting as the business leader. I take nobody with me. And then I come back and I say,
how come you guys can't think?
You can't think. Yes. So if I want to make them motivated, I take them with me to my meetings.
Yes.
I'm the leader. Come, let me teach you how to do this. You go with me, you sit there with me, you see me engage in very serious negotiation on behalf of the company.
Yes.
That young talent you have is watching you. In his mind, he's saying, is this how difficult it is? We will be willing to work a lot harder in our company, because he has seen you firsthand put it to work. And then he comes back and he's so fired up because he has heard you talk. He has seen you put it to practice. He has seen you talk with your maybe stakeholders or people that you're doing business with, and then he says, okay.
He says, yes.
Yes.
I can pick something
I can pick something from this.
Wow. We are going to go on a short break. We're going to go on a short break. Now, I'm sure you're learning so much. I really, really find it fascinating that there's so much to learn every time you have an expert in the studio, and that's exactly what's happening right here, right now. Please don't go anywhere. We will be right back with so much more.
Level Plus is now on your mobile format and connects you in real time. You can now watch your favorite programs, episodes, live shows, prayer shows, features, live TV, archive videos, and lots more. You can also participate with your comments and contributions from anywhere in the world. Download on any of your mobile device, whether it's Android or iOS or Windows, the Level Plus mobile app now, and stay connected. Level Plus, totally you.
Welcome back. We're still continuing our conversation with Pastor Esohe Adetola on how to get the best out of your people. That's the people who work for you, your employees, all right? Pastor, would you hire skill over attitude, and why? Or attitude over skill, whichever one. Would you hire skill over attitude, attitude over skill, and why?
That's very tricky. And it has always been. So, by default, I would say both are very important.
Yes.
Because indeed, they are. Technical or functional skills, it's important, extremely so, because without it, you can't deliver. If I want to make soap or bring oil out of the ground, I must know how to have the skills for it.
Yes.
Otherwise, nothing comes out. Then again, the attitude with which it is done, it's also very important. That's why I would say both of them go hand in hand. But when you dig that deeper, I would say that attitude or behaviors is stronger. The reason is this: with skill, you can learn it, you can buy it,
Yes.
you can develop it. But with behavior, it's more difficult. If the behavior is not right, even the skill will be flawed. Which is why I say to business owners, don't focus on technical skills alone. Don't focus on attitude. Focus on both, because they are key. However, the attitude will give you more mileage where the skills, the functional skills, stop. The attitude will take you further.
Pastor, let's talk a bit about succession planning. It's something that we find, it's a big challenge in this part of the world, especially. You find people who start businesses, the businesses don't outlive them, or you find when someone leaves a particular company, a particular key employee, there's a challenge because they're unable to fill that role. What kind of processes, what kind of strategies, what do I begin to put in place, or how should I begin to think when I want to ensure that my company keeps going and one role can be filled even though the person leaves? Succession planning. Just tell us about that.
So first, think, you say, how do you think? Think the future.
Yes.
Think growth. Think succession. Like you said, the reason why some companies fail is because they have not painstakingly thought about a future existence. They have not seen themselves in that growth, and then they have not put things in place so that that business will outlive them.
Yes.
Now, when you are recruiting, don't just recruit for the now. Recruit for the future. And then as the employees come into your organization, don't just see them as employees, it's just to pay them. No. See them as value to your business. See them as talents that you are going to harness, and begin to harness those talents. Now, when they come, 5 may come, and as you do performance management, you do all your appraisals, you look at people's performance, you develop them, they will show up differently. You will see the high flyers, you will see those who are not so high flying, and all of that. Your performance management system would already show you that separation. Then you focus on your talents. Those who have shown you the skills that are required for that level that you are seeking to fill. And then you begin to build them and train them and develop them. In some cases, you need to then begin to give them some special level of assignments, stretching targets that would help them reach that potential that you see or that the business has identified. So they see themselves as your future leaders. They are the ones that you know you can rely on. Right?
Yes.
So they are even the ones that I talked about that you can take with you for those
For
business meetings. So they begin to learn and follow your steps. If maybe there is a management retreat, you've already identified them as your future leaders, they should join that meeting because they are the future leaders. So they get integrated, even maybe not officially, but gradually they are following. But you must have a process in place, a system in place that identifies the next level of leaders that will succeed your level, and then begin to put those things in place that can help them. That person you have identified to succeed, you then begin to expose him or her to the different parts of the business. It may be, oh, he goes there for a 6-month assignment, or he goes there for a 1-year assignment, or he does some level of project work that would give him an understanding of those parts of the business, apart from his own core technical areas. And that's why you would see maybe in a manufacturing company, for example, the CEO is from, let's say, finance,
yes,
or from HR, not from the core part of the business that does the manufacturing. He's been exposed from much earlier. That's how succession is being done.
Okay, wow, Pastor. I wish we could go on, and I'm sure our viewers will wish we could go on and on. But we've got to round off at this point. We've got to round off. Now, do let us know your thoughts, questions, and comments on this particular edition of Business Connect. And you can watch this one and previous editions on www.lovoplus.org. And you can also interact with us on our UCOS community. The addresses are scrolling on the screen right now. And you can follow our super user account on King's Chat. It's Lovo Plus on King's Chat. Do follow us, and there's more conversation that will be going on right there. Pastor, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been very, very incisive. I hope we can bring you back here sometime.
Glad to have you.
I hope we can. I hope we can. It's been wonderful, and I'm sure there's so much. There's so much to know in running a business, which is what I find doing things like this. So much to know in running a business, and I'm sure we've moved the knowledge a bit further for those who are watching us. Thank you very much, and until we come your way again, do keep winning.